りがとうございます。アンダービュー。マジックタイム。マジックタイム。Waiting for you。ネガティブオブザベーション。すみません。アンダービュー。マジックタイム。マジックタイム。Waiting for you。ネガティブオブザベーション。ネゲーション。アファーマティブオブザベーション。アファーメーション1。I repeat. アンダービュー。マジックタイム。Waiting for you。ネガティブオブザベーション。ネゲーション。アファーマティブオブザベーション。アファーメーション1。あと、相手眉をカーチしたいので、ひなたが送ってくれたエビのファイルも開きながらお願いします。May I start? Underview, as upon capacity. 1. Spent nuclear fuel needs to be stored safely in water pool because if it comes into the air, it could cause a nuclear explosion. 2. However, under the status quo, fuel pools at nuclear power plants in Japan are expected to fill up in the next few years. There is no plan for what to do with the spent nuclear after that. To prove this point, please look at affirmative evidence number 9, underlined sentences. Pool will be filled up in the next few years under the status quo. Please stop checking. 3. Therefore, in offset situation, please vote for affirmative because if it is meaningless to invest in such unsustainable situation. Then go to magic time. On this procedure, they say in 1AR we cannot make new speech or something. Okay, to some extent I understand. However, against the JNDT or 1AR we can make a speech against the situation. Please remember, they go to the waiting for you. On this procedure, they show that we should wait and examine the actual situation in order to wait the development of renewable energy or something. However, firstly, actually Japan has a potential to develop the renewable energy to prove this point. Please look at the screenshot evidence L. It is statistically proven by the Japanese. Stop checking. My second argumentation is, okay, I understand there is some time to develop the renewable energy, but as you know, the uranium will be derived in the future, right? Therefore, we have to decommission NPP in the long future anyway. At that time, what we have to do is gradually decommission NPP from now on in order to shift to the renewable energy more smoothly. Please remember. Therefore, this waiting for you is also topical action because anyway, in the process of the magic waiting for you, we decommission NPP. Please remember. Then on to negative observation. So negative observation maybe their macro warrant is in order to prepare for the unexpected situation, we have to prepare the initial or something. However, in order to achieve the negative goal, there are two ways. The first one is increase the choices. This is the negative approach, negative saving energy. On the other hand, the second step is increase the quality of each choice. It is the affirmative goal. By decommission NPP, we can use the cost or resource that was used for the NPP. We can use such the cost on the renewable sources. Therefore, the negative approach is not the absolute one, please remember. At least I refuse one by one. And for second part, they said, blackout will occur something because electricity is the foundation of life or something. However, firstly, please look at the affirmative evidence B. Initially, in Japan, electric demand is expected to decrease in the future. Because of the population decline or energy conservation effort. Evidence B. Sentence, not chat. Sorry, E. A, B, C, D, E. Therefore, as long as now we don't face the severe shortage, the risk of the blackout will never increase in the future because the demand itself will not increase in the future. At least I shall turn around. Please look at the affirmative evidence number D. NPP rather cause a blackout. Number D. They stop checking. Then, moreover, as for second card, they never show the clear impact of the blackout. They have to disprove this point quickly, but they go into the negation. As for negation, as for the AFF point second card, they say NPP is not affected by weather condition. It means that renewable energy is unstable or something. However, it is not true because, for example, in the rainy days, of course, a solar power plant will not work well. On the other hand, tidal power plant can work well, right? Like this, among the renewable energy, we can achieve diversified option to generate electricity. Therefore, renewable energy is not unstable, please remember. Then, as a visa point first, they show the evidence 5. And in this evidence, they say that renewable energy cannot replace the TPP or something. However, please check evidence again. Number 5. The firstly, I show card check. This evidence shows that TPP is enough to cover the NPP. Negative evidence 5. They rather support the meaning illustration of the NPP because TPP is enough to cover the NPP after the greater aspect, please remember. Then after this evidence never negates the possibility of the renewable energy, but supports the development of TPP. Right? This evidence never denies the development of renewable energy, please remember. As for third card, they show that two lists. First one is the situation is changing or something. Second one is the fuel is drive or something. At the first one, please check the negative evidence number 7 again. According to this evidence, the world situation is changing day by day or something. Okay, at that time, also uranium is also unstable, right? Because uranium is also imported from other countries, please remember. And down below, also risk 2, they said drive or something. However, others say in that waiting for you. Anyway, the fuel is being drive in the future. Therefore, renewable energy is the most desirable situation, please remember. They go to affirmative observation. So affirmative observation, firstly they say that economic power is also affected to the military attack or something. However, firstly, please extend my personal period time. There's no linkage between the GDP or military power or something, please remember. At least they have to show the clear linkage uniquely after plan that economic situation will be worse. They never show the in the negation or the other flow sheet, please remember. Then go to affirmation 1. Affirmation 1. On this point, they show the two limitations are validated one by one. So first one, they said other countries also have the NPP or something. Okay, I understand. But crucial point is that Japan is also have the NPP. It is a crucial point of the affirmation 1. Because of that existence NPP in Japan will be attacked by the justification of the attack. It is a wide inherent. Please don't misunderstand, please remember. As for down below, they said against the affirmative evidence number 4, they said Russia is actually critical or something. Okay, I understand. But the crucial point is that the affirmative target is the country that don't consider such economic sanction or criticism. Affirmative target is such country. Therefore, their reputation is totally irrelevant, please remember. Then, go back to the affirmative observation. As for Caesar point second card, please extend my evidence number 3. I compare the target of negation and affirmation. Maybe their uniqueness will come from the under the status quo NPP is operating now. But on the other hand, affirmative target is not only NPP that is now operating, but also the now stopping. Because even if NPP is stopped, as long as such materials is existing NPP, such can be justification to attack. Therefore, in terms of the target or range of target, affirmative outer and negative, please remember. That's all. Sure.
As for reading over you said that it's also typical action also.
Yes.
Why you can say that is a typical action?
Because as I said before, as long as uranium will be derived in the future.
So in the very long term, anyway, we should.
Yes.
Okay. That's the reason, right? So as for for your non-observation reputation, maybe your affirmative goal is to increase the quality of the energy supply or something. So what do you mean of the quality?
It means that by decommissioning NPP, we can use the cost or resource that was used for NPP can be used for the other resources.
Alright. Then maybe you should turn around down below. Then, like NPP rather cause the risk of black holes or something.
Yes.
Then maybe the reason is because evidence D. D. I just want to
Okay.
know. So your refutation on the negation program about the PPP, the first one is anyway, uranium is also imported from the other countries.
Yes.
Okay. Then the second one is uranium also anyway dry up.
Uranium and also the fuel for TPP.
Okay.
So as long as the fuel will dry up, the negation is not any other is that what I'm saying in the negation.
So maybe your assumption is those fuel will dry up, but unlike renewable energy, like renewable energy do not use such fuel or something. So maybe you kind of suppose that. Okay. So your repeat on magic time, you say that you can attack on the 2NC or 1R speeds. Okay. And as for your underview, the water flow is nearly fill up. So in an offset situation, please vote for the affirmative.
Yes.
Mhm.